palms and start to stretch your arms to straight forward out in front of you, directly extending from your heart center, and then start to flex your spine, tucking your tail, tucking your chin, try to spread the shoulder blades as much as you can. And breath in, start extending your spine, so you start by tipping the top of the pelvis forward, so you feel more of a sway in your back, and then reaching the arms up, and lifting the chin, looking up with your eyes open. It doesn't matter, but you're lifting that gaze upward in the direction of your hands. You're going to pull the hands back down into prayer. Take that interlace of the fingers the opposite way from how you did that first round to the breath. On the exhale, flip the palms and stretch forward, and same thing. Find that flexion where you're tucking the tail under and rounding the back and spreading the shoulder blades and trying to get the elbows to stretch to straight. And starting that shift into extension by tipping the top of the pelvis forward, creating that sway in the back, and reaching the arms up and lifting the chin. Sit up tall with your hands on your legs. Give a little nudge down. Sit up as tall as you can. Shoulder back, shoulder blades down, belly in. Drop the chin down toward your chest. Drag the chin along your right collarbone. So you're starting to turn the head to the right. And then you'll tip your head so your right ear is dropping down your back and then lifting the chin up. You're trying to draw this half circle, lifting the chin up. Find that peak in the center. And the left ear will start to drop down the back and turn the head so your chin is up top to the left shoulder. And drag the chin along the left collarbone back to center and then reverse it. Drag along the left collarbone, left ear down the back, chin up, find that peak. Right ear is dropping down the back, the chin toward your right shoulder, and drag the chin along your right collarbone back to center. And upright the head so your chin's parallel to the floor. You're going to create a little more tension by pulling the belly in firmly and lifting the chest, using your hands to push against your legs. You're going to squeeze your body so you're holding ground, and you'll go to that again with this extra level of tension. Chin to chest, drag along your right collarbone, right ear down the back, chin up, try to find that peak. Left ear down the back, chin to left shoulder, drag along your left collarbone back to the sternum, and then reverse, drag along the left collarbone, left ear down back, chin up. Right ear down back, chin to right shoulder, drag along your right collarbone to center, and then parallel your chin to the floor. You go through that one more time, so you create more tension if you can, pushing into the leg, Just open the eyes. Take your strap, just hold it out in front of you. Have a wide grip, so it's wide over the shoulders. Hold, trying to get taut, trying to grip it. Really strong. Nose in, chest is up. And start to reach up and keeping your shin parallel to the floor. Just start to observe how far back you can go without any compensations. And then try to lift back up smoothly. And that's draft that before you start. So you're trying to pull apart, hold ground, ribs in, just go through that up and back. Right? So the compensations for this is when you start kind of extending and flexing in order to get the straps further back. You want to keep everything stable so it's just the shoulders doing the work, even if you can't go back as far. It helps to keep your eye gaze steady and something right in front of you so that the head is also not going to be involved. This is slow. So you can get it further down when you're down the back, smoothly back up. Maybe lower when you're in front. Hold. Good. And the next time you're in overhead position, just turn it into a side bend to the right. When you do that, right hand can get all the way to the floor. It doesn't have to, but if it does, upper hand is going to move a little bit back, so you're going to do a spinal twist and move up. Good, and then you're going to come back to upright, so you'll come out of that little lean back, reach back up, and then start taking it into that side bend to the left. Same thing, the left hand might find the floor. Again, it doesn't have to, but if it does, start reaching that right hand back and find that little twist around the spine. Good, and then you'll just come out of it and come back up. And then you're going to explore this on your own a few times where you're right side bending, trying to find that spinal rotation. Let's see if you can match it up to your breath rhythm. And the next time you're upright, you're going to turn this into sort of a Asana type shape. Then you'll start walking your hands toward each other. Pull. Pull, get the strap really taut. You're trying to get your shoulder blades onto your back. So you see it on me naturally, this left shoulder blade is big. So what you're trying to do is get that shoulder blade to press forward into your back so you don't see that wing anymore. Draw in the ribs, and then from there try to draw the hands a little bit closer together. But keep going back to that left shoulder blade trying to press forward. Okay, ribs in. Hold taut. And then lift the chin a little bit so you can use your head like a lever to give that right forearm a little nudge back. So. You'll take a slow exit out to switch sides and start some scat tissue there. Tip. Good, and just start coming out with the walking with the hands wider, ditch the strap, right? And now we're going to do this seated. We're going to do this a couple times this morning, but we're going to start in a seated position. So drawing in the belly, drawing in the ribs, reach your arms up so you look like a Y. You're going to try to do that same shoulder blades on your back work that you just did. Moves in, and then you'll bend your elbows and bring your hands lightly behind your head. Then you'll come back to that Y position, and you start to lower your arms to look like a T. You're going to roll the tops of your shoulders forward and down. So the big trick here is that you're not doing this. Right? You're upright, chest up. It's just the shoulders rotating. Right? And then you'll bend the elbows and take your hands to the stack of your sacrum. Again, you're going to try to get those shoulder blades on your back. Ribs in. Try to move the hands back off the sacrum. Then you'll straighten out the elbows. Now you'll turn an arrow. You start to lift back into that T. Rotate the shoulders. Reach up. Stop at that Y position. Then the elbows and stack the hands behind your back. Alright, so you're going to go through this a few times. Try to keep the chin a little bit up. Y. T. Rotate the shoulders. Bend the elbows. Shoulder blades on your back. Try to stack the hands. Try to lift the hands off the sacrum, straight the elbows, lift up to that T, rotate externally the shoulders, reach up, stop at that Y, take the hands behind your skull. Good, so just go through that a couple times so that on your own you're observing it. Swimmers, now we're going to change this into infinity. So the next time you're here, we're going to take right arm up, left arm down, belly in. Come out to the T, and now the right shoulder's going to rotate forward and down. The left shoulder's going to rotate back and down. Reach the left arm up and take it into a Vipassana type shape. Then you'll straighten, back out, switch the rotation of shoulders. Now the right shoulder's externally rotated. The left shoulder's internally rotated. Reach the right arm up, left arm down, bend the elbows. Alright, so just like that. So you're going through that cycle. Again, you're trying to find that drishti point that isn't moving out in the distance to keep the head level so that you're not subconsciously compensating by dropping the head. Chest lifted, keep your belly in, draw your ribs in. And it should really feel like work. It should be making you sweat because you want to keep the body really stiff and engaged, but the breath smooth. Next time you visited right arm up, left arm down, complete that cycle position. So you're going to internally rotate your shoulder. The inner side of the shoulder here, your ear is going to roll down toward the floor. Then you're going to reach that arm back, trying to create a big circle. Keep the ribs in. Keep internally rotating as far as you can until your arm lands along your hip. And then you're going to lift that arm up as high as you can, and then you start externally rotating. So you're going to open up that shoulder. You're turning it out, and then you're going to circle that arm forward, back in line with your ear, and land the hand back down. All right, and then you're going to go through that 2 more times. So you're going to reach forward, lift, internally rotate the shoulder, circle back, reach back, land along the hip at your max internal rotation. Lift the arm as high as you can go. So this is extension of your shoulder, and then you'll start externally rotating the shoulder, circle that arm up, forward, reaching forward, land the hand down. One more time. Land back in that table and start switching to the second side. Now that left arm's going to reach forward like you're trying to shake someone's hand. So you're really reaching forward. Then the thumb is going to start lifting you up as high as you can go. Start internally rotating the shoulders. Internal rotation is the inner shoulder. The part here, your ear is rolling down. You'll reach back, keep that going until you land along your hip. Then you'll lift up an extension. Start to externally rotate to the exact opposite of that rotation. Forward, then land hand in. Nice. Good. Just go through that twice more. Downward facing dog. Right? And your downward facing dog, that mysterious cue of externally rotating the shoulders, try to play with that. So first, the hands slightly wider than your shoulders helps a lot. The fingers spread, we're bearing weight, so you're trying to spread that weight bearing to every corner of your hands. We're trying to get that weight bear away from the wrists and toward the finger pads. With a little bend in the knees, you're trying to reach your hips as far back as you can go. So now we're trying to broaden the shoulders and find external rotation. So the part of the shoulder that's closest to your neck, you're trying to steer that forward and broaden. That's it. That's it. Good. Take a big breath in and fill. And a big breath out and empty. Get a big breath in and fill. And a big breath out and empty. Good. Now tap your knees down to the floor. Now the other mysterious part of down dog is what your shoulder blades are doing. So put your knees down, sit, take your block, reach the block out in front of you, and just hold it really lightly. Draw in your ribs. You're imagining that you're leaning against a wall. Back is up against the wall, and that's not going to move. Shoulder blades slide up. Shoulder blades pinch together. Shoulder blades down deep in your back pockets, and then spread the shoulder blades out wide. Okay, and again like that. Up as high as you can. Pinch the shoulder blades together. Put the shoulder blades in your back pocket, and then spread the shoulder blades wide apart. All right, one more time in that direction. Try not to hold the block tight. Try to hold the block really light. Okay, then you're going to change the direction of that work. So you're going to pinch your shoulder blades together, slide up, reach forward, shoulder blades down. So if the block ends up starting to feel like too much, rather than grip it tight, just ditch it and do it without the blocks. Pinch together. Wow, there was a lot of ditching. Forward.
These wooden ones are heavy.
Slide block. Try to slide your shoulder blades toward your hands. So your shoulder blades in down dog are actually trying to ascend, not to depress. So you want your shoulder blades to slide toward the hands as your hips are moving up and back, up and back. Yes. Yes, that's it. Right? And you're attempting to use the whole hand. Right? So you're not only putting the pressure on the wrists. Right? The finger pads are working as well. Beautiful. Good. Now just widen out your feet and take a walk. Your hands back toward your feet. Take your hands. Just start opening up the backs of the legs. You might bend the knees a bit. You might not. It depends on the length of your hamstrings. And you're hanging forward over the legs. Add a little weight by bending your elbows. Just like we did last night, right? Creating that little frame for your head and letting yourself fall forward over the legs. Start your roll up, stacking your way up. And at the top, you're going to take the hands behind the head, squeeze the butt, a little length with the tail, and you're creating a standing back bend where your butt is squeezing, the hamstrings are firm. You're going to bring your pelvis a little bit forward and lift up out of the low back. Then you'll tuck the chin, let the arms relax, roll yourself back down. Learning how to create tension, but also learning how to relax in your body, right? And then when you get to that low part of the shape, start to roll back up, that stack, that roll, stacking the spine. Then you're beginning to stabilize and stand really strong and take your hands behind your head, tuck the tail a bit, lift the chest up, firm up the buttocks, firm up the hamstrings, take your pelvis a little more forward. And then on your next exhale, start that relaxing roll back down where you're letting the body go. Perfect. And just take it through that one more time. And roll up. So good. And that roll back down. On this roll back down, release the hands to the floor and roll forward into downward facing dog. Good. Take a bend in the knees, breath forward. On the bottom of your exhale, make your way forward. Your feet to your hands. You hop or you step. With the breath in, take a halfway lift into Ardha Uttanasanas with the hands on the shins. You're pushing in the flat back with the spine long. Exhale, Uttanasana as your forward fold. With the breath in, with a hinge, reach the arms out and hinge up to stand. Urdhva Hastasana, reach up, look toward your hands. On the exhalation, dive back down. So reverse of how you got up. Hinge at hips, arms wide. Good. With your breath in, half sunnies, lift halfway. Push on the shins to get long. Fold it forward. Exhale. With your in-breath, hinge up to stand. Reach up, look up. With your exhalation, swan dive back down. Perfect. One more time like that. Inhale, lift to that halfway mark, which is Ardha Uttanasana. Ardha means half. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold. Breath in, stand up with that hinge, arms wide, reach up. Look up toward the hands, stand strong. And on this exhale, Padasana, your arms to your side. Nice. With the breath in, reach up, look up. With the breath out, hinge to fold forward. With the inhalation, a gaze forward. With the exhalation, left foot back, knee down to the floor. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, reach up, look up, stay there. On the exhale, you're deepening your lunge. You're going to shift your way a little more forward. Right? And that belt buckle or that waistband lift we were working on last night in our high lunge, can you find it in Anjaneyasana? Can you lift the waistband up and you're squeezing your left buttock a lot? Take a breath. On the exhalation, hands down to plank pose or straight to down dog. It's up to you. If you're in plank, you might rock a little forward and lower all the way to the floor or halfway down. In breath is cobra, upward facing dog. Meet back and down dog on your exhale. Nice. With the breath in, right leg up. With the breath out, knee into the chest, round the spine, step forward, left knee to the floor, it's the same side. Reach up, take a breath. Good, hands down and step forward and fold over your two legs. Taking a breath, lift halfway to Ardha Uttanasana. Fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, that hinge and that reach up and that look up toward the hands. Good. Tadasana on your exhale, the hands to your side. Reach up with the breath in. Fold it forward on your breath out. Gaze forward on your inhalation. Right foot back, knee down as you exhale. Anjaneyasana. Reach forward and up. Look up. Pause there, and on the exhale, try to deepen your lunge. So just trying to shift a little more forward. Good, and then try to find that waistband lift up toward your chin. That's it. Take a breath. Exhale your way to plank or right back into down dog. Plank, rocking forward, halfway down or all the way to the floor. Cobra or upward facing dog. Down dog as you exhale. Nice. With the breath in, your left leg up. Breath out, knee into the chest, round to step forward, right knee to the floor, Anjaneyasana, reach up, hands down and step forward and fold over your two legs. Good, Ardha Uttanasana, that halfway lift, take a breath. Uttanasana, your full forward fold. Urdhva Hastasana, reach up, look up, Tadasana on your exhalation. Good, reach up, take a breath. Fold it forward, exhale, with the gaze forward, left foot back, keep the knee off the floor, reach up in high lunge. Then we're going to revisit the rounds, hands behind the head. Little bend your back knee, lift the waistband of your hands up. Roll the shoulders, reach back. Move the hands back, straighten out the elbows, swim up. Good. Try to keep your chin parallel to the floor. Try to keep your gaze far in the distance and steady. Ribs in, belly in. That squeeze of the left buttock. Lift the little waistband of your abs. And after that third one, we're meeting the down dog kind of wish. Either just stepping back or plank pose. Chaturanga or facing, downward facing. Beautiful. With the breath in, right leg up. Knee into the chest, round to step forward. High lunge on your inhalation. Good, and then going through your infinities, but now it's going to be in fists. You're squeezing the arms tight, right arms up, left arms down, reach back, bend the elbows, re-straighten, reach out, switch. Good, another round. Excellent. And then you'll step forward to Tadasana. Beautiful. Reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Take a breath. Fold forward, exhale. With a breath in, peek forward. Your right foot back. Keep the knee off the floor. High lunge. Reach up. 3 swimmers. So the hands behind the head. Good. A little bend in that back knee. Squeeze the right buttock. Waistband of your pants up. Nice. Do 1 more full round. And we're meeting back in down dog, how you wish. start with the fist squeezing, the left arm up, right arm down, and start to reach back. Bend the elbows like Varmukasana, draw the ribs in, keep the chin up. Reach up, switch. So you come out to the T, switch the rotation of the shoulders for seconds. Nice, good. That squeeze of the right buttock, that lift of the waistband up to your chin. Perfect. Good. Then you're going to step forward to the Tadasana. Arms to your side, feet together. Take a breath, reach up. Pull forward, exhale. Taking a breath, feet forward. Left foot back, exhale. High lunge, rise up. Good. Now the arms out in front of you. You're going to take the left elbow on top of Garudasana, eagle. Lift the elbows to shoulder height. Reach forward. Try to find the protraction that we were working with in the blocks. So it's like the back is up against the wall. The shoulder blades are trying to broaden. The shoulder blades are trying to slide apart so you don't see any of the winging of your shoulder blades. You're trying to press the shoulder blades on your back. That's it. Good. Belly in, the waistband up, that squeeze of your left buttock. Taking a breath. Fill. Good. And on your exhalation, you're going to take this into a humble warrior. So you're going to drop the back heel. You're going to bow inside of your right knee. You can keep the eagle arms or you can release your hands to the floor. That's up to you. Take a breath. Good, and then a side lunge or skandasana. You're going to bend your left knee and start to shift in that direction, straightening out the right. If you need your hands on the floor, put them on the floor. If you want to keep the hands in Garudasana, keep them in Garudasana. Take a breath. On the exhale, start transitioning your way back to downward facing, shifting forward. Take your pick of your poison if you want to go through chaturanga, up dog, down dog, or not. With the breath in, right leg up. With the breath out, knee into the chest, round to step forward, like lunge. Good. Arms parallel to the floor, left elbow on top. Garudasana, arms eagle. Slide the shoulder blades broad and apart. Reach the elbows forward. And now you're going to try to find some back bend here. So with a little bend in your back knee, a lift of the waistband of your pants up, that squeeze of the buttock, lift the elbows, and try to create extension in your upper back. So it's really easy to get into the low back. So can you keep the navel to the spine? Can you keep your low ribs drawing in? And try to find any amount of bend at the base of your shoulder blades. That's it. Take a breath. On your exhale, Tadasana, step forward, your arms to your side. With the breath in, reach up, Varmukasana. With the breath out, fold forward. Your inhalation, gaze forward. Your right foot back as you exhale. Up into high lunge, take a breath. Parallel your arms to the floor, and now take your right elbow on top, Garudasana, eagle arms. Good. That little bend in the knee, that lift of the waistband of your pants. Reach your elbows forward. Try to protract your shoulder blades. Get those shoulder blades on the back. Good. Beautiful. Good. Grounding the back heel. Take a breath, and on your exhale, bow inside your left. Nice. Inhale. To your side lunge or skandasana, so you're bending the right knee and dropping the butt down, any amount. If your hands need to be on the floor, do it. If you can keep them in equal, do it. Take a breath. And on the exhale, shift back toward that forward foot and make your way back to down dog heavy. Good. With the breath in, your left leg up. With the breath out, step forward up into high lunge. Arms parallel to the floor. Right elbow on top, Garudasana. Good. Squeezing the buttock, lift the waistband up, that little bend in the knee, find that back bend. So you're trying to draw the low ribs in and the belly in, so you're not relying on the flexibility of your low back. We're trying to find that extension higher at the base of your shoulder blades. Yes, take a breath. And on your exhalation, step forward, Tadasana. Arms to your side. Good. Big breath in, reach up. Fold forward on your exhalation. With the breath, peek forward. Chaturanga exhale, hopper step back. So standard Sunday. Upward facing dog. Take a breath. Down dog as you exhale. Nice. With the breath in, bend the knees, go forward. To the bottom of your exhale, hopper step, peek forward to your hands. Ardha Uttanasana, your halfway lift. Inhale. Fold forward on your exhale. Rise up to stand with a breath in. Reach up. Tadasana, your arms to your side as you exhale. Good. Reach up, take a breath. Fold forward, exhale. Gaze forward, breath in. Chaturanga as you breathe out. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog on your exhalation. So breath in. Breath out. Good. Breath in. Breath out. Good. On this inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Bottom of the exhale, hopper step your feet forward to your hands. Nice. Breath in, lift halfway up. Fold forward, exhale. Rise up to stand, inhale, reach up. Tadasana on your exhalation. Good. Reach up, breath in. Fold forward as you breathe out. Forward, inhale. Good, and then just make your way down and just step back. And down. Perfect. Tap your knees down to the floor. And you're going to take your 2 blocks. Doesn't matter your orientation if you have a flat. This is what you're going to play with. So we're trying to incorporate the shoulder work before the upward facing up. Right? So you're going to start at the plate. And then tuck the tail, squeeze the legs, and then start to let your pelvis drop. Bring your shoulder blades together. Lift the chest. Bring your shoulder blades down. Lifting the chest up. We're trying to externally lift the shoulders and come down up. We're also trying to depress the shoulder blades down. Alright, so start with the plank. Pelvis drop. It doesn't matter if you don't tuck your toes or not. Shoulder blades together, shoulder blades down, chest up. Squeeze the butt. Squeeze the butt. That's it. Lift to your upper face drop. Lift. Alright, we're trying to get the shoulder blades closer together, the shoulder blades down, and the chest up. Alright, so just come out, either through plank or back down up, and then play that one more time. It's going to be really helpful for you to not sink in your upward face down. Yes. Yeah. Really, really nice. Good. Now just tap your knees down, ditch your blocks, turn your right hand so the fingers are facing your right knee, the palms facing down, stretch that wrist. Shift the hips back, keep the heel and hand on the floor. That's it. Perfect. So now keeping your heel and the hand on the floor and your fingers spread, your finger pads are pressed. And just start to create a very small clockwise circle around that wrist. Just a little stir, like you're stirring a pot. That's it. Keep the belly in, keep the ribs in. Because once that spine starts to get loose, then you're not so much in the wrists anymore. You're starting to get into more of the spine and hips. Alright, so try to keep it all tense so that the focus is just on that wrist moving. Good, and then just take that same little stir of the pot, counterclockwise. Perfect. Good. Now switch sides. So that right hand's going to turn forward, the left hand's going to turn back. Start with the stretch first. So elbow straight, and you're shifting your hips back, whatever amount. Heel of the hand stays on the floor. We're trying to stretch the underside of that wrist and the underside of your forearm. Good. Drawing the ribs in, drawing the belly in. Start with a counterclockwise stir. Nice. And then belly in and the ribs in. Just shift that stirring to the clockwise stir. In the belly and ribs. You can do this from table or you can turn this into plank. So you're going to decide. So from here, you're going to turn your right hand back and then the right hand forward. Keep that clock. And the left hand back and the left hand forward. And you're just going to keep switching the right hand back, the right hand forward. Keep the claw, the left hand back, the left hand forward. Just keep switching. Right? Now you can start to take this into sort of a half plank with one leg goes straight. It's great. Just a little more pressure. Shift this other leg straight. You start to take it into full plank that both knees are off the floor. And if you're taking it into full plank that both knees are off the floor, what you're going to work really hard to do is keep your hips hugging into the midline so that you're eliminating the rock. So the hips rocking from side to side is a compensation that we're trying to eliminate a bit of that. Naturally they are going to rock a little bit, but we're trying to maintain that stability, that core-centric focus as we put a little stress on the wrist. Beautiful. Good. Just give yourself a pause. Knees down to the floor. Reach your right arm out and up. Roll it. Weave through. Try to go as far as you can and get that outer shoulder down, the head down. Crawl the left hand as far forward as you can. Good, and then that left hand, once it's crawling all the way forward toward the seat, you'll start blocking that hand a little more right. So you might be able to spiral around your spine a little. Good. Now come out in reverse. So that left hand went way forward. So you're going to crawl back. Press that hand in super firmly to unsqueeze and out and up. Good. Then the other hand down on the second side. So your left hand is going to be up. So do it like you need. Try not to go into auto drive, right? Then weave the left arm under. Good, and then you're really going for that reach in the left arm. The right hand's going to start that crawl forward. Good, and then the right hand's going to try to explore crawling a little more left. And that's the beauty of these poses. We can do the same pose every day, your entire life. You can always find the nuance instead of letting yourself drop into just auto drive. Right? And just going through the motions. Try to find those beautiful changes go, then you can take that off the mat. How can you make the things that feel so familiar slightly different, slightly more exciting? Good. Now start that reverse action, crawling that right hand back into place so you can push and unweave and reach up. Putting your left hand down to the floor. Then you're going to come up into downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward inside of your right hand. A lot of you are going to need blocks. You might elevate your hands onto blocks and straighten out your right leg in Parsvottanasana. Right, so Parsvottanasana is pyramid pose. Both legs are straight. Hands touch something. So have them touch something. 4 blocks. Okay? Good. Now you're going to scrub your legs together really firmly. We're going to try to square our hips. So the trick to that is rolling your outer left hip forward and down, trying to move your inner right hip back. So it's like a sharpening of the crease of your right hip. You're trying to move it straight back. Now squeeze into the midline. Keep that, and now we're going to use the legs like a lever to lengthen the spine. So you create a little lift and a reach forward of your chest, of your head. The whole spine is following that, and then try to fold with length over that front leg. Good. Your hands can help as well. They can crawl forward. You can take the blocks with you. Blocks and walk forward. Get longer. Longer. So that fold is longer. That's it. Beautiful. That's it. Good. Now start just bending your right knee a little bit. Right, so from your pyramid, you start bending that right knee. You're going to walk your blocks a little more forward. You're going to take a flight into a warrior 3 on your blocks or with your fingertips on the floor. It's up to you. You're going to try to find the squared hip. You set up the pyramid pose where your outer left hip is rolling down and in, and your right hip crease is getting sharper and trying to move back. Keep reaching forward. Reaching forward. Right? So now we're going to take this into standing split. So this left leg is just going to try to lift, lift, and lift. Then we're going to keep standing split with that back leg. You're going to find your forward fold, folding over your right leg as your left leg is lifting. Right? Now you're going to lift your chin and look forward, and you're going to plant your hands down flat with that little scrub of the finger pads we worked on when we were stretching our wrists. You're going to look forward, pull in the belly, lift your right heel high off the floor. So you're on the ball mat of your right foot. Good. You can stay right there, or you're trying to take a lift off the floor. So for some of us, that is a light lift. For some of us, that's a hop. For some of us, the hop is going to take your right foot a millimeter off the floor. For some, you're going to find a little hang time. It doesn't matter. The shapes look as different as the number of people in this room. Nice. Now we're all going to meet back in downward facing dog, however you want to go. Tap your knees down to the floor. Take your 2 blocks, place them where your hands were, put your elbows on them, put your finger pads together, and let your chest move down toward the floor. Let your head drop. Bring your hands toward your upper back. Nice. Now draw the low ribs in so you're not relying solely on your low back. Yes. Here. Yes. That's it. Beautiful. That's it. Let your head go more. Excellent. Beautiful. Good. Start to shift back up to the elbows, back up to the hands. Shift your blocks off to one side, step back down, dog. foot forward inside of your left hand. Ardha pyramid pose. And again, you might have your fingertips on the floor, and you might elevate up to your blocks. Straightening out those legs. Excellent. You're going to hug your legs in to the midline. Firm. Good. And then that squared hip. Outer right hip's going to roll. A little bit forward, a little bit down. Keep that, and your left hip crease is sitting sharper and moving straight back. Yes. That's it. Keep that, pull in the belly. Try to walk your hands a little bit forward. Take the blocks with you if you're using blocks. Good. And then keeping that leg stability, keeping that squeeze into the midline. Lift the head a little bit, look forward, and try to reach out of your hips. So your head is moving forward, your chest is moving forward, your spine is following, the hips are holding ground. Keep that and try to fold a little longer over that forward leg. Excellent. Good. Now start bending into that front knee a bit. Walk your hands go forward, and the blocks will not. Take flight up into your warrior three. So that right leg's going to come up. You're going to reset that hip square. The outer right hip's trying to roll down and in. Left hip crease is trying to get sharper, straight back. That's it. From there, start taking it into standing split. So the right heel's going to lift. Good. And then it's just like Uttanasana. You're just forward folding over your standing legs. Just that one leg's up. That's it. Good. Good. Keep all that. Lift your chin to look forward. Walking the hands a little more forward. back to your sphinx momentarily, dragging the elbows back toward you between the chest. Move the shoulders, pulling the belly, squeeze the butt, and then take second side. So the right forearm is going to turn in at that angle. Then your left knee, squeeze the heel into your butt first, and then try to reach back and catch your foot. Right, and the hands acting as that lever, drawing the heel in toward the buttock. Good, and then again, like a parachute, you let go of the foot, don't let it slam down. Come back momentarily through your sphinx. Okay. Good, and then just let your elbows get wider so you can bow your forehead down toward the floor. And then both heels will come to your buttocks. Reach out with your arms like we were doing with our swimmers, right? So your forehead, you're going to reach the arms out like you were doing with the swimmers earlier. Rotate those shoulders internally as you reach back, and you're going to try to catch your feet. Alright, now the feet will start to kick back into your hands. You're going to externally rotate your shoulders. So you're trying to broaden. The feet are kicking back to lift your chest. Squeeze the butt. Find that waistband lift to your chin, and then kick the toes up. Up, up, up. That's it. Keep an inhale. That's that messaging system to your nervous system. A slow exhale. One more inhale. It might help you lift. And the exhale, like a parachute, you're going to land yourself down to the floor, and then you'll take your right arm out, either elbow straight or elbow bent, like heel pull position. You're going to line up that arm so it's a little bit closer to the ocean than your shoulder. Okay, so you're going to walk your hand a little more forward. If you're bending the elbow, your elbow's going to sneak a little more forward. Then your left fingertips are going to tent alongside of you. Legs together. We're going to stretch the front of the right shoulder. So you're going to start to roll. You're going to peel the left side of your body, go up and roll onto the front of that right shoulder. Start to roll back to center. Good, and you're going to take that same thing on the second side. So the left arm to reach out, it's either straight out or you're bending the elbow, field goal position. But instead of that arm just being a direct extension of your shoulder, just move the hand slightly forward, just slightly. Okay? Or the elbow slightly forward if you're bending. The right hand is going to be the tented one, your legs are together, and then start that peel. start to roll back out, back, out. Flip over right as you are, just flip over onto your back so your head is toward sitting. Setting up your shavasana with the shoulder blades walking together, arms landing lightly and wide alongside of
do. That's awesome. Good job.